When a fighting game succeeds, a sequel is to follow, and in the sequels, past characters are bound to return. And in this game, it's no different. Of course, some characters are bound to not return, unfortunately. So here is my returning character wishlist for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Keep in mind, I'm looking at this as a casual point of view, not a competitive one. So I'm not looking at the best fighters with frame-perfect gimmicks. Except these two. Not those two. Come on, editor! Do your job, goddammit! Thank you. Also, I'm including multiple characters for one spot. You'll see why. So, if at least the majority or the minimum gets in there, I'll be more than happy. Now, let's begin. First, Capcom, of course. Let's get the more obvious out of the way. Dante and Virgil, top tier characters that if not included the fans will rage. Trombone and Zero, especially Zero, since Sigma and X are supposed to be heavily included in the story, not including Zero would not only be a missed opportunity, but a Maverick Hunter team and a possible X vs Zero remix when they face each other, but a disappointment all in all. Amaterasu or Beautiful Joe, the Clover Studios legacy has to continue. Also, if they include one or both, please do it. Please change Joe's theme. You can even use the anime's theme, but please, change it. Also, keep the synthesizer music down a notch, will you? Ami's theme was beautiful as it is. Other themes suffered from it too. Rock and metal are a good option too. Nathan Rad Spencer. You could say that this guy is Capcom Spider-Man. I know the story of the game was total shit, with the wife turned into an arm, but heck wasn't he fun to play. And also kinda cheap, don't you think? If they bring his classic appearance, why not? Chun-Li has been in the game since the beginning. Please don't let this be an exception. Captain Commando, the first game representative, and not only that, but he is really fun to play with. Of course, Strider. MBC3 suffered a lot of backlash for his absence. Thank God for DLC, huh? Besides, I think his look in the 2014 game is a breath of fresh air for him. Also, his animal companions and machines look awesome in that game. Nemesis or Wesker, the most iconic Resident Evil villains. Those, and if they replace Chris with Leon, I don't think anyone is going to complain. Though Jill is always welcome, especially MBC2s. It's up to the developers to decide. Akuma, but not this Akuma. This Akuma. This guy has been given enough tweaks to be his own character, so he has to come back. Mike effing Haggard. Enough said. From the second game, Ruby Heart, Amingo, or Sonson. They were really good to play. Ruby with her magic items, Amingo especially was kind of cool for its plant-like way of fighting. That and Sonson's obvious reference to DBC. I know they were especially made for the second game, but if one comes back, it will be cool. But if they don't, I'll understand. Hayato, this energy blade wielding badass, was a fan favorite, as far as I know. The games which he comes from were not so much, but that doesn't change the fact that he was pretty good to play with, especially his Shun Yokusatsu. Felicia and Sienko. These girls are fan favorites, especially Felicia with her rush-down gameplay. But Sienko with so much weaponry hidden in there is so good. Firebrand. Again, not this Firebrand. This Firebrand. For those who don't know, Firebrand's third game, Demon's Quest, had him collect special stones that granted him special transformations, one that allowed him to tackle through stones, breathe underwater with a big explosion shot, and fly permanently, and one of the post-game quests was called the Infinity Crest. So, yeah, with the Infinity Stones in this game, now you get why he should come back, right? And of course, Fran fucking West. Though I don't play Dead Rising, I know the game is one of the most loved ones in recent years from Capcom, so he should come back. Now for the Marvel side. We feared a lot when it was announced that the Marvel side was focused on the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU for short. So as far as we knew, any of the series that were not under this license, mainly X-Men or Fantastic Four, which is technically 80% of this roster, thank you for getting Spider-Man back, were out of the game, so no Wolverine, any mutant like Magneto, or worse, Doctor Doom. Fortunately, it was later informed that there was no problem with the licensing, so everything was solved, thank fucking God. Now, let's get started. Wolverine. Now keep in mind that this Wolverine is dead in the comics. so why not bring in new blood in here? And I'm not talking about X-23, but she could come back too, she was awesome. I'm talking about Old Man Logan. He has become a fan favorite for many, so why not? Now for the most obvious, Magneto and Doctor Doom. Thor. Of course I know the current Thor is Jane Foster, but with the Thor Ragnarok movie this year I don't think they will change it. But she looks kinda cool, I won't deny that. Hulk. Just like Wolverine, in the recent Civil War II, Hulk was skilled, so why not Amadeus Cho, which is an under control Hulk, which makes me think he is more smart and versatile and may give him new moves. Who knows? I know this is pushing it a lot, but always good to dream. Spider-Man has always been in the games, not even once has he been absent. But if they are bored of him, why not Miles Morales Spider-Man or Spider-Gwen? I know Miles is more unique and may have the opportunity as a brand new character, thanks to his extra abilities. Again with the Spider-Man franchise, Venom was one of the most missed characters from the previous games, so if they are wondering how to make him in the game, why not Agent Venom, with all his weapons with either of his appearances, though the second one makes him more like his classic one, so it's more fitting for him. Hawkeye, Doctor Strange, but please update his getup. Sorry, he looks kinda lame, especially comparing him to his most recent clothes. Dormammu. With the recent movies still fresh in our brains, I don't think he's going to be excluded. Sentinel. This tank really has to return, and I mean it. But please lower his HP. Deadpool. I know people are rooting for Gwenpool as a new character, and I don't blame them. But nothing can change the merc with the mouth. Iron Fist, and I mean it that if they include John Talbane, a fight between two is going to be epic. Super Skrull. With the power of the Fantastic Four, he was really cool, but I don't know, was he used it a lot? Like Nova? Rocket of course, but I wonder if Groot will appear as an assisting moves for him or as a new character. Ghost Rider and or Blackheart. Either of these supernatural beings have to be in here. Heck, why not both? Taskmaster was an interesting inclusion, and I would like to see him return. Gambit was one of the most disappointing ascent characters in the whole game, but yeah, he has to come back. War Machines, thanks to the MCU, stopped looking like a palette swap of Iron Man with a few different moves. I really hope he returns, like this instead of a clone. Storm, please come back, Storm. I don't know if Shuma Gorath will return, but he is a good character to play. Thanos is just a given. Psylocke, as a fan favorite for various reasons, and Rogue for various reasons as well. And of course, Cyclops. He was replaced by Wolverine as the face of Marvel for some reason. I know this character has changed a lot in the course of time, but that doesn't change the fact that he was also missed in MBC 3. And finally, of course, Cable. He was overpowered with all those moves he had, so I don't see why not he should come back. You see that I haven't talked about Phoenix, but I really don't like her, though I know she is the strongest character in the game, but the way to properly use her is such a trouble. Also, Phoenix Wright. I'm sorry to all of you, but I haven't liked this guy since day one. He is like a major pain in the ass to control properly. These two suffer a lot because of it. Not only are they the weakest at the beginning of the battle, but by the time you are at their best, you are just a few hits from losing them. So, no, thank you. There's a lot of characters on both sides that I didn't pay too much attention, like Sir Arthur, Jinza Otome, MODOK, She-Hulk, and others, but as far as I've seen, not many people use them. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but that doesn't change the fact that they could possibly return. DLC exists for that, you know? And yes, I put too many characters, and I still have to talk about the Marvel newcomers, so this list is pretty big, which I know there's the possibility of a small quantity of characters to get in here, but then again, DLC exists for that. Just look at Smash Bros. 4, that eventually got more characters and stages to make it the biggest character roster in history. So I don't see why not this can be applied to NPC. It could give many more life to the game, especially in the coming years. Whew, finally over. I may have gone over too many Marvel characters in difference to the Capcom side, but that shows how awesome they are. Tune in next time for my final video focusing on the possible Marvel newcomers. I may not be very knowledgeable in the comics department, so be free to suggest any characters you may find interesting. I'll be sure to investigate him or her, and find if it's possible to put them in the list. Don't forget to like, comment and or subscribe. Thank you for watching and take care.